You talk about learning about someone's toxicity when you meet them. What sort of things do you look for?
Well, it's one of the things that come to mind. Here I am, a physician, and people are coming to me, and by the time they make that phone call and show up in my office, they're not feeling well.
Hmm.
And usually it's fairly significant that they're not, because who wants to go to a doctor and spend time and hard-earned money?
Sure.
They're not feeling well. And and one of my efforts is always to see, can we get down to the cause of why they're not feeling well? And is there anything that's remediable there? Are there any causes that we can identify that we can affect in a beneficial way? And those causes always, without exception, come down to issues of nutrition, issues of stress. Really, it's a dysfunctional response to stress, or it's a non-enlightened response to stress. We're not going to get rid of stress on the planet Earth, but it's how we respond to it
Hmm.
internally that really matters. And exercise, some people aren't exercising at all. That's going to be a factor that's going to contribute them to not being well. Or some people are over-exercising. So it's nutrition, stress, exercise, and toxicity. And more these days, we have such phenomenal toxic exposures, if you're not super careful, that this adds up over the course of a lifetime.
Hmm.
So I'm always looking for those four causes in someone. And sometimes I look more often at toxicity. Like, we take a very, very, very thorough history. In fact, we sent out a 16-page questionnaire prior to someone coming to my office. And on there's some questions asking, what toxic exposures have you had in your life? And there's some that they're aware of and some that they're not. And if I see several, like you often see people who've worked in factories, or have had special occupational exposures, or have had mercury amalgam in their mouth. And sooner or later, if someone's dealing with any significant illness, you'll get pointers, I'll get pointers towards, better, we should go explore the toxic vector here. Like someone with chronic fatigue syndrome, or someone who's chronically fatigued. It's well known that some of these toxins, the heavy metals and some of the herbicides and pesticides, they can really burrow their way deep into the biochemistry, into the energy production chemistry, and cause it to diminish. So there comes a point with everyone and with some kind of significant illness that we want to start investigating the toxics. And so toxicity becomes a tool for everyone who wants to heal and every holistic practitioner who's working with them.